Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Stretch the Sketch, hosted by Janet, who is Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube. She invited me, and I'm so excited to play along. And this is the sketch that we have today, and I'm going to be stretching it not into a 12 by 12, but double 12 by 12, but I'm adding a 9 by 12 to it. These are the photos that I will be using, and I'm going to use all three of those dies, the two burlap ones and also the wagon wheel. And the, I'm going to use some off that sticker sheet, and it is Simple Stories, um, Country Harvest, Vintage Country Harvest. And that paper there was one of the papers left over from the background because I did put it on both of the pieces of paper for the outline, the bottom layer of the sketch. And I'm going to use that Polaroid dies, several stickers, and also the tree trunk die. I am, if you look really closely, you can tell that I have the wrong piece that I plan on putting as a 9 by 12. It is a little lighter where they meet up, and it's going to be that way through the whole video until I am actually editing, and I think, man, I really need to do something about that. I can really tell it's there because I knew it was there. And so I went ahead afterwards and added old paper, the distress one, to the right hand side, and so the lighter color matches up much better. But see my mistake there. My phone rang and I looked to see where my phone was laying. I just poured that right out, and it's going to sit there a few minutes because I was on the phone. And then I thought, well, I guess I could just go ahead and use it rather than clean it up and waste it. And there's certainly no way it's going to go back in the bottle. So I have the background just a little lighter than I planned. The first uh, time I put this on here, I mixed the pumpkin pie that Debbie gave me along with the fossilized amber. And I could have put a little more orange on there, but when I got to looking at it, I thought I liked that pretty good anyway, so I left it. And I'm going to sprinkle both of those onto the layout, and then also Rusty Hinge. The first stencil I'm using is Crafter's Workshop, and it's bricks. And I did use the Rusty Hinge to add it on there. I wanted all, similar colors for the background to be monochromatic so that everything else would show up better on here. And I do that fairly often. If I do add another color, it's a lighter color. It's not a whole lot of it, and it blends right in. I am using, let's see, the Sketchy Grid from Crafter's Workshop, the reversed chicken wire from Crafter's Workshop, and the bricks is from them too. And then also I use from Craft Treat the radar one. This is the longest die. It's called, I got it off Amazon, and it is called, it's a background die for those long cards. And what are they called? I can't think of what they're called. I don't make them very often. But then the other one that I'm going to end up using is A2 side. And the reason I'm using it to save some paper, I'm going to cut it apart. This one I knew I wanted some to hang over to the right hand side, and rather than just cut a chunk out, I left it. I just added my frame kind of wonkily on there, and these photos are not really good. They were probably from about 4 years ago on Thanksgiving, and my son and his family was over at their sister-in-law's house out in the country, and he went to tell them that dinner was ready. And they were kind of wrestling on the ground. Charlie, Jason, and Hope. Anyway, Hope was the first one to get up and just go. So I thought, she is out of here. So that's going to be my title. Only it's going to say I'm out of here, because I thought I'd put this in her book. She loves to see her layouts. Let's see. I I'm going to use that tag in the upper left hand corner. However, I wanted to do some layering. And this is a scrap from, it's a freckle fawn, no, lawn fawn 6x6 paper pad. And I put it in there just to have something extra. And it's only one-sided. So I am going to layer the other tag on top of it. And yeah, I'm cutting the parts off that's not going to be showing, just so I can maybe use them again at some time. I am going to add a couple of things to it, but every time I look at it, well, at first I didn't like it as much as I thought. I thought I'd go ahead and add something a little bit when I found it, but I'm going to take both things off, which is that ticket and that heart, and put, well, I'm going to put the heart somewhere else, but I don't think I put the ticket anywhere else. I am working on the 9x12, and I don't know if you can get it at scrapbook.com. I know they have quite a variety, but I got mine from, I'm thinking Technique Tuesday or somewhere. I can't remember. I know it's a website that it does a lot of pocket pages. I like to add pocket pages to if I do have more than one photo. Sometimes just to have variety in my album, I'll add a pocket page or a smaller pocket page that's cut down and smaller, or even an 8.5 by 11 page, just to have them here and there in my album. That wagon wheel is one, I think I got it off of Amazon a few weeks, well, maybe a couple months ago. And this is my first time using a layout on a video, and also that stump one too. And it comes with a lot of cavity looking ones, from a tree that an animal might make a nest in. And I thought about using it first, but then I decided to go ahead and use the stump on here and have some pumpkins around it. And that little crate there, I wasn't planning on using it on there, but I thought, well, I'll throw it in. I might use it on the 12x12 one. And once I got the wagon wheel there and the tree stump, I thought, oh, it'll look so cute. So it is going on the one with the 9x12. I fussy cut out some leaves and flowers and stuff, and I'm going to be tucking some behind, and then I'm going to add a few more pumpkins on here. I stopped on the other page because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do next. So that's why I hopped on over, but I hadn't planned to do it first and then do the one on the right. And the pumpkins, I think, well, I am pretty sure most of them were cut out of the sticker book. Most of the things I've used it on here, I put them on white paper and fussy cut around them. And I also went ahead in advance, layered the stickers from there. At first, I started out just putting them on white paper and cutting around. And then I thought, well, if I layer them, I can just put straight onto the first colored layer and add another layer or two, depending on what I wanted. I think I have 2 layers on all of these, and they're not all exactly the same. I, oh yeah, I, when I was getting stuff out of the sticker book, I'd seen these alphas again, which I see fairly often, but they're so thin, I kind of put off using them. I am going to use them today on my layout. They're going to make it on here. I am not going to pull out my dies. So yeah, they got used today, and it says I'm out of here. And in the video, it sounded like as she went past my son with his camera phone, it sounded like that she said something about heading towards the food. I wasn't quite sure because she's only about 2 here, but that's what I'm putting down is heading for the food. So yeah, it, I am close, I think. Whatever it was she said. I know it had something to do with food, but that's what I thought it said. So it is my subtitle, and it is just to the right of it. And you might think I should have the kids all playing on the left-hand side, but I wanted the side with the title first as my 12x12, and I wanted it to look like she's walking off the screen. I wanted her to look like she's out of here because, she's planning on being out of here. So it's from the right to the left instead for that reason. And I wanted those other photos on the other side because basically, the layout's about her. It's going to go in her album. And I wanted the others to be an addition to it to show what she was out of there from. And two, since they are all screenshots and it wasn't a great quality video to start with, and it's hard to tell who the others are. So mainly this layout is about her. Um, let's see. Oh, thought it, I thought of something I wanted to do up there on the two tags. So I will be pulling the ticket and the heart off, but I will add another heart later. I don't remember where I was doing something else and I seen it and I knew I wanted the teal color and I just put it on. So it's kind of, well, I'm pretty sure it's off screen because of that. But while I'm adding the finishing touches, because I think I am getting pretty close to getting done from the looks of it, I want to mention that down there below you'll find the links for everybody that is doing the stretch a sketch today. And again, I want to thank Janet for inviting me. And they will be either stretching their sketch into something bigger than a 12 by 12, or they will be stretching it down and make it into something smaller. And, like maybe a travel notebook or something. But yeah, I'm excited about getting invited. I was looking at my video while I was talking and kind of lost track of where I was at because I think I have a little bit more to go. Well, I can look at the video. Yeah, I do have just a little bit, but I am close to being done. I wanted to add a little more of that teal down to the grouping on the right hand side. And so that's why I'm adding those cute little teal pumpkins. And then I'm just going to tuck them in a couple of places. Well, I think three places. And yeah, what? Maybe not. Maybe I stopped at two. For some reason, I was thinking it was three, though. I, oh, I wanted to, I started thinking I forgot to add to the Polaroid. It says, I love this, so I backed it in the yellow. And I added some leaves with a little heart. And then I also had noticed a banner in there. And so I layered it twice and put it on top of the Polaroid so that you could still see I love this, but the banner would be going flowing across there. But that's it. That's my layout. I had loads of fun doing it and stretching my sketch. But I made another autumn layout because this is, like I said, Thanksgiving Day, even though you cannot tell by the photos. And the first time I printed these photos out, like I said, it was not a good video. Everything was really, really bright blue. And I printed them out on 8.5 by 11. And so then I had to go in and make it more vintage, with one click, of course. And so it still looks kind of blue, but I think it goes better with the teal color and, not great, but better with the teal color than it did before. Because, I mean, it was like a neon blue. But there's Hope walking away. And she looks determined to get to that food. She is a good eater. Most of the grandkids are. But be sure to click on the links down there below and see what everybody else has created. And if you leave a comment below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if I want to thank you all for watching my video today. I know you could be watching others. But have a happy, scrappy week. Have fun on the hop. Bye.